Yeah. Sounds so good, wouldn't you agree?
Turn that shit up.
Shot for you, shot for me.
Only the real can relate.
Mike Fuego.
House of Fire.
Amazing Most. It's privy. This for that part of me that was styled by poverty. The hood in my veins now was clogging my arteries. It gave me vision, it also made it hard to see. I seen the artistry within the armed robbery. We got our 3-bedroom from a lottery, where you could catch a leg wound trying to find your key. You need that extra leg room when you find the V. Richer in the fansoons is what we bout to be. Brick sales, now every lobby got fish scales. Broke women who only hobby was rich males. You do 1 3 to 9, you take a big L. Then they throw that in your face, now how that shit smell. I'm coming home better than I used to be. I know the man in the mirror gon' shoot for me. I don't really trust niggas, truthfully. It's the privy, no motherfucking juice for me. I played them project games. Before Bloods and Crips, we had project gangs. They tried to jump me after school, but my projects came. Somebody ate your food, you had to digest pain. Damn, we came a long way from cane dealing. The whole ways with the paint peeling. I swear to God, I must have seen 1 billion, but never even saved 1 million. The roof gone, we could change ceilings. The good guys, they the same villains. I woke up, I had a strange feeling. Bitch, I'm feeling like Dame feeling. I'ma be my own boss, any cost. Fat boy, 10 chains, no shirt. Ricky Ross putting on for my city. Now it's time they get me off. Been too long in this city, where the fuck I'm getting lost? You from where I'm from? You done what I done? You love Noriega, you was eating on the run. Police hit the door, they just beat it like a drum. It took me out that zone, that weekend wasn't fun. Now I just laugh when I'm looking back. I used to have to crash where I cooked the crack. I'm on the stage with a crooked hat, feeling like Big when he said, probably in a city I ain't never been. Trying to get some pussy I was never in. Tell them motherfucking haters that I'm better than Kelly rolling in my future, it'll never end. Tell a #1 producer who's the better pen. From a soldier to a shooter to a veteran. Damn, Q, it be stupid to dish you. Even your superficial flows are super official. That last bar there wasn't even mine. Yay sniffing, I just did a Yeezy line. Way different, and I can't be defined. Stay pimping, and you know I'm keeping mine. It's for that part of me. It's for that part of me that was styled by poverty.
Peace to the gods and earths and all the positive people in the universe. My name is Anthony GMATH WOMBLE, and you're now listening to my audio diary, styled by poverty, the Oddcast, brought to you by the good people of the Vandal Hour and S.STREET Media. Make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube at S.STREET Media. And now make sure you check out our website. Our website at www.sstreetmedia.info. Check out all the other shows that's on there. The Power Right Show, Real Recognize, The Dawn Call and D Weekend Hippie Show, Smile 69, The Purpose Radio Show with Ebony J, and so many other fly joints. S.STREET Media, we moving, man. We moving. Now, this episode is called Snow Beach. A lot of people are ashamed to speak about their bad times. A lot of people are ashamed to speak about any time that they wasn't at their best. For example, People go through homelessness. People go through mental health issues, drug addictions, and a whole lot of other shit. For me, I went through homelessness, mental health issues, and drug addiction. And most of them, or some of them, at the same time. The difference between me and other people that are doing podcasts, other people that are influencers, other people that's in this industry, they're ashamed to admit it or speak about it. That's not what's happening with Style by Poverty. Style by Poverty, you're going to connect with me. I'm not trying to be a character. Even in the title, or even when I do my introduction, you hear I say, Anthony GMATH WOMBLE. I want y'all to know me and all the dimensions of myself. So this episode is called Snow Beach. It's a double entendre because Snow Beach is a particular line from Ralph Lauren that was made popular by the Raekwon video, Can It Be All So Simple? Can It Be All So Simple? The Snow Beach is a very significant piece, or that line is a very significant line in the Ralph Lauren collection. During those years, everybody wanted a Snow Beach. I didn't get a Snow Beach. I had a Snow Beach sweater though, but the particular Raekwon one I didn't get. But Snow Beach is also a phrase that I used during the years that I was sniffing cocaine. Snow Beach was like a metaphor, you know, a beach of snow, and snow is the nickname for cocaine. For those that may not know, or for those that do know, I had a strong cocaine addiction. It ruled my life for about 5 or 6 years. Seriously, it might have been more than that. It was to the point that I wouldn't eat or sleep for 3, 4, 5 days straight. Dead ass, no bullshit. You know? It was something that I hid for a little while. And then it came to a point that I couldn't hide it. You know what I mean? It was something that had progressed from me doing ecstasy. I was doing ecstasy at the time. Crazy. When I say crazy, crazy, man. I got so many ecstasy stories, it ain't funny. You know, me going uptown high to re-up on ecstasy with my peoples. We standing there, 90 degrees heat, boiling, and still trying to cop some drugs. Wrong conditions to do that. No, wrong condition to do that. You know, I done been to the club, heavy jewelry. I've been to the club, heavy jewelry, take a ecstasy, get inside the club, become paranoid, become scared that something's gonna happen to me, run out the club, leave my jacket there, run to a cab, throw up outside the cab, go home, jump in the shower, shaking like a crack fiend type thing. And that was just ecstasy. Forget the cocaine. That was my ecstasy times. What's crazy is that I started around 21, 22 using that. And so when I look at kids now in that same age group, I kind of have an understanding of what's going on. You know, I was there. I was in and out of rehabs, crazy. I did over 5, 6, if not more, rehabs. My moms and my step pops, God bless the dead, tried to take me to a rehab. I ran out somewhere in Flatbush, walked to East New York to my cousin's house, passed out for a half a day. I wasn't eating or sleeping so much or doing it continuously that I was delusional, hearing voices, seeing things. It was like another world, another dimension. I was seeing things that wasn't there. My mind was working on a totally different level. The effects that me being addicted to cocaine affected my family, for sure. I know my mom's probably have her own stories of me being on cocaine, and none of them positive. I could bet that. It was crazy during those years. And my family was really trying to help me. My cousins tried to take me to rehab. I refused, you know. Even the criminal justice system tried to put me in rehabs, and I fucked all them joints up. The amount of money that I lost was ridiculous. I was hustling at the time, so basically I couldn't afford to kill myself on cocaine. That's basically what was happening. When I didn't have money, I didn't get high. When I got a lot of money, I got high. It went together. It was like peanut butter and jelly. You know, when I had a lot of money, best believe I had a lot of drugs. I made so many bad decisions during those times. Being in relationships, you know, I was even still getting high during the times of my son just being born, the early years of him entering this world. So I was making a whole lot of bad decisions on top of bad decisions. There's a story, you know, I haven't told a story in a while on Style by Poverty, but I got like one or two for you, because the cocaine years was serious years. I wouldn't take it back for nothing though. No regrets, because I seen things during those times that I had to see during those times. There was a time that I was living with a girlfriend at that time, and she had went to work and took her son to school. I was there left by myself. I hadn't been sleeping for 3 or 4 days at that point of time, and I'm getting high, like, as I always say, Scarface, whoever else, Jim Belushi, Jim Ignatowski from Taxi, that type of high, you know? And I'm there taking ecstasy pills back to back. I'm sniffing cocaine. Like, the cocaine won't ever be here again type of thing, you know? And I'm delusional. I'm hearing things. I'm seeing things. I'm imagining things. My mind is going through different worlds and dimensions at this point in time. So it comes to a time that I had to go to the bathroom. So when I go to the bathroom, I take a leak. And when I finish taking the leak, I just walk out the bathroom. Something hits me like, yo, you didn't wash your hands. I guess that was the cocaine voice in the back of my head talking to me. So I go back into the bathroom. I didn't flush the toilet either. So I go back into the bathroom and I go to flush the toilet. When I go to flush the toilet, the sink, which is right next to the toilet, I miss the knob or whatever that mechanism is to flush the toilet. I missed that and hit my head on the sink. The power and velocity that I hit it at, it bounced me back up into a standing position. I hit the door, which was on my left-hand side. I hit the door bounced me back. And I fell into I fell and hit the edge of the tub on my chin. The mark is still there. If I shaved this beard off, the mark is still there. It knocked me out cold. I was done. I don't know that I'm done, but I was done. About 4 hours later, I wake up. I stagger into my girlfriend's bedroom and I fall out again. I fall out on the floor. I get off the floor and go into her son's room and I pass out on the bed. Now, the crazy part about this is I'm thinking everything that I just said just now was a dream. It's happening. It's happening in my dream. But I'm really awake though. But in my dream, I'm having this dream of all this happening. So she comes back from work hours later. You know, I'm figuring about 5, 6, 7 o'clock, somewhere around there. And I guess she sees me knocked out on her son's bed. But when she moves me and wake me up, it's blood on the sheet. And I was like laying in a pool of blood. So she wakes me up or gets me up, and I'm like what the fuck is happening, you know? I'm thinking that I just had a dream. So I'm talking to her like, you know, I had a dream. Like all this happened in my dream, but in actuality, it really happened. So I forget what happens after that, but I leave the crib. So when I leave the crib, I go somewhere else. I don't know where I went at that point in time. But somehow the next day, I wind up in Williamsburg. I make a commitment to myself, like I'm not gonna use cocaine no more at that point in time. I was lying to myself, but that's what I said though. But when I had went through that period of being knocked out and in the crib, I saw a vision. I had a vision. The vision was of this logo that was going to be on clothes that represents Williamsburg. I didn't know what the logo was, but I seen the logo though. It's clear as day. So when I'm outside in the projects the following day, or could have been 2 days, it was directly after me passing out on being knocked out. So like 2 days later, a day later, and I'm talking to a dude from my projects, a younger brother from my projects, and I'm telling him what had happened to me and the vision that I seen. I came up with 2 actual ideas. One was for a video game, which to this day, it's in my head. And the other one was this logo that would represent Williamsburg. So when I'm speaking to him, at the time, the WB network was really popping. You know what I mean? It was really, really, really popping. It had all the black shows on that time. And in Williamsburg, we was calling Williamsburg the WB. Like that was starting to happen. The Willie B, the WB. That was just beginning to happen. Prior to that, everybody called Williamsburg or the Berg. Big Willie came out. That was like the word Big Willie. So dudes in from around the way started calling Williamsburg the Willie B. And even now you hear like, the bourgeoisie. I'm saying that word wrong, but the bougie people of Williamsburg, the gentrified people of Williamsburg, they call it the Willie B now. But that came from the hood first. What doesn't come from the hood first, actually, right? we influence everything. But the WB network was really popping with black shows. So my man was like, yo, why don't you do the WB joint? With the, you know, like with the frog. No, it was at the time the frog was part of the commercial. And I was like, I wouldn't put the frog in. But the WB, that looked kind of dope and shit. Plus everybody was calling the WB or the Willie B. So I'm like, yeah. I think, yeah, I see it. So I hit up one of my friends from Borinquen, you know, an artist. And I told him the idea, and kind of like he came in the crib. I kind of like, you know, talked to him while he sketched it type of thing. And he was already doing shirts and stuff like that prior to me coming up with this idea. So he was already efficient in doing this. This is what he was doing at the time. So he helped me bring that idea to fruition. I'm not gonna lie to you, he got me for a lot of money because I didn't know the ropes at that time. So he was charging me crazy for everything, like the shirts and stuff like that, and getting it done, the screens and all that shit. Now that I know the business, he was getting me. But he was the first person that helped me develop the idea and to bring it into real life. So, you know, no disrespect. You know, I thank him for helping me. Thank you, Vigory. I'm gonna say who it is. Shout out to my man Vigory. Thank you, Vigory, for helping me, you know, on bringing that idea out. And now, 17 years later, something like that. 17 years later, I believe that was 2003, 2004. 17 years later, I'm still doing the W-fucking-B. And that shit came from an idea while being on drugs. You know, I did a couple of, my first run of the shirts, I did like 12 gray shirts first. The gray shirt, the 12 shirts sold out within 5-10 minutes when I brought them downstairs outside. So I did gray first, then I went to white and black, then I did red and blue, and then I did pink, and then it just exploded from there, man. The first month of me doing the WB shirts, I made a lot of money. I made a lot of money. My mother was bugging the fuck out. And this is coming from, remember, being on drugs. So sometimes there's a light at the end of the tunnel, if you know what I mean. There was a time that I was getting high, last story. There was a time that I was getting high that I didn't sleep or eat for a long time also. And I'm in the crib. I'm thinking like Martians is in my closet. Green people that could fit under the door are in my kitchen. And I got my safe full of money there and drugs. And I'm thinking that these green things is trying to rob me. And so I called the guard Dupreme to come over. I told him what was happening. You know, shout out to Dupreme. Because I was out of my mind at that point in time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I probably didn't sleep for like 5 days. I was hallucinating, hearing voices, seeing things, everything. And he didn't act like that was happening. He stayed calm. He basically was like my chaperone for a couple of hours. He walked me to the taxi spot. I went and jumped in a cab. I had my safe with me with my money and drugs. I'm thinking that they following me in the streets, and he stood with me and walked me to the cab service in my high mind, in my cocaine, you know, in my cocaine binge. He stood there. So I respect him for that, because motherfuckers would be like, yo, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you, God? Yo, you bugging the fuck? Nah, he didn't do none of that. He didn't do none of that. He just made sure I got into that cab safe. And let me just say, that cab ride I will never forget, because I thought they was following me. I thought they was trying to set me up to rob me. I was really bugging the fuck out. You know, I was really in another state of mind. You know, so I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm saying this, I want to say this out loud, because we get over these obstacles. And as I said in the beginning, people be scared to speak about these obstacles, but getting off cocaine was probably one of the hardest things that I ever had to do in my life. Not harder than cigarettes, though, because I still haven't beat cigarettes, but it's up there. And even when I came home, my first year home, my first 3 months of being home, I got high again. I sniffed again. I probably went like 2 days on the binge that time, my last time. First 3 months home with one of my comrades and shit. Blew all my money. Lost money in so many ways. You know? I never said that to anyone. I never said that to anyone. The only person who knows about that is the person who I was there with. The people who I was there with. Unless they told other people. But I never told anyone that I got high when I came home. I was embarrassed about that. Not the fact that I got high, but the fact that I got high 3 months after me coming home. After me going through 5 years of fucking bullshit. That I would actually think about resorting back to the times of me getting high. I didn't get high no more, though. I didn't get high no more after that. So that's basically, you know, when I beat it. And that was 10 years ago now, because I've been home 11 years. So now when we talk about people who get high, and like these kids now, the kids that's on the perks and Xannies and the Adderalls and the leans, and a lot of our generation judged them and looked down on them, including myself. There was a point in time that I was one of those people. And sometimes I'm still one of those people. But within that same breath, I could say I try to help some of the younger people who's caught up in those situations. I have young people around me that get high. And I don't speak to them about not getting high. I just try to give them another opportunity to do something other than, because when I was getting high, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably blew my so-called rap career, or whatever career I thought I was gonna have, to getting high. When I was getting high, my friends was going to the studio. They used to come try to get me out the crib. I basically hid from them motherfuckers. I wasn't answering nothing. Fuck that. Don't knock on my door type of thing. When I was supposed to be going to the studio, I probably had a chance to become something in the hip hop game. You never know. Who knows? So when we talk about our kids and them being on drugs, we gotta have an understanding. Because I was one of those kids. And look at me now. Not to, you know, it's 20 years later, or 15, 16 years later, but we can evolve from that. We can make it over that obstacle. We can beat that devil. We can eliminate that devil off of our planet. Personal planet is what I'm talking about. So it's been now 10 years that I haven't got high. And, you know, shout out to everyone that, you know, that tried to help me during those times, because those times was hell. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those times was hell. I want to say a poem right now. And the poem is based on the times that I was getting high. It's called Crazy Beautiful by Anthony Womble. Again, Crazy Beautiful by Anthony Womble. I've ran across cocaine fields nude, numb from nose to toe, heart beating faster than a New York minute, collecting dead flies for antiques, feeling higher than being on cloud nine, trying to enjoy this gorilla on my back, seeing things that can't happen like resurrections and erections on my 4th day, sleepless in Seattle, imagining rehabs could be kind of fun, like Coney Island on Easter. But that voice in my head tells me something otherwise. So I continue to play Scarface and die at the end. Under gray skies, blue moons, cold summers, and winter sweats. While I lay in cocoa leaves, sunbathing in the Amazon, making shores out of rolled up dollar bills, but wishing they were hundreds to support this white man's habit and black man's grief that causes me to have a lack of inner peace. Cause too many times my nostrils done dripped, blood and anguish, mucus and agony, sorrow and residue on CD covers and mirrors that show my reflection of who I am. But for some strange reason, I can't recognize who I've become. Through the noise of my mind riots and my constant weight loss, I have lost my dignity, my respect, myself, and my beauty. And that's called Crazy Beautiful. That poem I wrote in prison. It was kind of like a mental picture of what I was going through when I was high. So I perform that poem a lot of times. A lot of people connect with that poem. So that's why I wanted to say that poem. You know, again, this is the Snow Beach episode. Yeah, check out my that's Marty McFly with the Style by Poverty clothes. You see I'm rocking that Style by Poverty shit. This is the Law and Justice 2021. That's the Hot and Tot 2021. Make sure you check out, you want to cop some Style by Poverty merch. Check me out on Style by Poverty LLC on Instagram. But speaking of Snow Beach, recently I ran into an interview with Thurston Howell on Vlad. And he was actually talking about the Snow Beach. The Snow Beach is called the Raekwon, for those that might not know. It's also called the Raekwon. In the interview, they actually made Raekwon honorary lowlife because of the Snow Beach representation that he when he wore that in that video. Thurston Howell, for those that don't know, Thurston Howell was one of the original founding members of the Low Lives. The Low Lives was a crew that originated out of Brooklyn in 2 different parts. They were boosters and street kids that wore polo all the time. They wore other brands, but polo was their main thing. And Thurston Howell was one of the original founders. Rudy Lowe, who's my man, is also one of the original founders of the Low Lives also. But in the Vlad interview, Rudy Lowe, pardon himself, Thurston Howell was being interviewed, and he's talking about, the significance of the Snow Beach line. The Snow Beach line, which they brought back recently. I don't like how they brought it back. The material was not the same. They Ralph Lauren made a cheaper version of the Snow Beach. The original Snow Beach had a better texture, was made with great materials. Now they kind of made a retro version that I didn't personally I didn't like. He also made new versions of it, black and white version, a pawn show version. So he tried to expand it also in bringing it back. But back to Thurston Howell. So he's one of the original founding members. Disco's another founding members. These people, pardon self, the Low Lives, they had a very strong impact on fashion, a strong impact on Brooklyn culture or New York City culture. They influenced the rappers of that time, even to the point that them coming out with the retro Snow Beach, them bringing it back, that was all influenced by the trading that the low people who sell low and trade low. Low is expensive, if you don't know. Very expensive. And a lot of people make a lot of money. The Snow Beach go for $5,000-$10,000 from what I'm hearing on the interview with Thurston Howell. Make sure you check out the Thurston Howell Vlad interview. But Thurston Howell is definitely, explaining the whole low life movement, and he goes into particular about the Snow Beach. On some other YouTube shit, since we talking about YouTube shit, I've been watching a lot of YouTube shows recently, and right now I need y'all to check out 1090 Jake. 1090 Jake, man, is a dope show. 1090 Jake is a guy who got a YouTube channel, End of Sentence. It is dope, man. It's basically about crime, though. There's a lot of crime shit going on. He's talking about, I just watched, he did a thing on a killer from Philly. He talks about different rappers that's been locked up, been arrested, been killed, but he does it with taste. It's not no shoot 'em up type of podcast. He has class. He's talking about reform. He's talking about what these people are going through, their backgrounds, and how those backgrounds affect a lot of the decisions that they're making. He's talking about crime stories, but with class. His name is 1090 Jake. Check out the End of Sentence joint. It's dope, dope, dope. I also watched an interview with Minnesota. If you don't know who Minnesota is, Money Boss player in Minnesota. He was interviewed by Doggy Diamonds. And Minnesota was the person who produced I'm Not a Player by Big Pun. He even talks about Kanye West stealing one of his beats. He talked about Pistol Pete from the Bronx, from Soundview Projects, who's one of the original members of the Bloods. They have him like in solitary confinement. He got like life sentences and shit like that. But he was a friend of Minnesota was a friend of Pistol Pete. Minnesota's story is deep, man. Minnesota is one of them names that you always heard in hip hop, especially by Sadat X. Sadat X is affiliated with Money Boss players. So Minnesota, I wanted to know who this guy was more into detail. So the Doggy Diamonds interview was great. He has put his hand on a lot of big things that happen in hip hop. As I said, he was the producer of Big Pun's I'm Not a Player. If you don't know that song, shoot yourself. It's fucking huge. One of his biggest songs outside of him when he first started. He came out with You Ain't a Killer. The next joint he did was I'm Not a Player. Very big song. It's probably the song that got him the recognition for him to go platinum and shit like that. But great interview, man. Doggy Diamonds did a great job in the interview, man. I liked the fact that he brought somebody that you don't get to see too often. You don't see Minnesota too often. There's not a lot of interviews with Minnesota. So that was dope, man. I really liked that interview. If you don't know, check out Doggy Diamonds, DTF original. Radio-wise, he is the person who kind of like is the founder or one of the fathers of podcasting. Check out Doggy Diamonds. You got to give them their flowers while they're still here. And Doggy Diamonds have been very influential on myself and very influential on a podcast game, period. I want to say, man, on a recent, I've been hooked to Nas, like 2 Nas songs, man. 2 Nas songs got me stuck right now. Sunday Brunch and Moments. If y'all don't know those 2 songs, go to the album King Disease 2. It is 2 songs from the album. I haven't listened to the album yet. Actually, when my cousin Justice come to Style by Poverty, yes, Justice is coming to Style by Poverty, and we're going to talk. We're going to do a review on a Nas album, and we're going to review the movie Last Dragon, which I totally hate. So yeah, back to the Nas songs. I've been playing these songs every day, man. Moments, man. Oh my God, man. Moments. He just goes somewhere else, man, and he make you realize that, and through the song, that life is just moments, man. Life is just a series of moments. And the way he describes his life through these moments in the song, Moments, is fucking dope, man. I have no other phrase to go with it. Fucking dope, man. Sunday Brunch. The video just dropped recently. My cousin put me on to it. Oh, man. He got Westbrook in it, LeBron James, Swizz Beatz, Corday, pardon self, Corday in it, and a whole lot of other strong influencers that are black. Sunday Brunch is just one of them songs that, you know, it highlights Nas's high skill of lyrics, of his high, it shows Nas's high skill of writing. He is one of the best writers to ever touch a mic. Also, the subject matter in the song is dope. Nas never seems to be dated. He's constantly in the now. He's talking about runts. He's talking about social media in the song. He's talking about what's going on right now. And even in this song that's lighthearted, you know, he just is about a Sunday. It's about a Sunday brunch. That's what the song is about. There's no deep shit to it. It's about a Sunday brunch. But the way he describes it is it shows that he is one of the top 5 to ever touch a mic, man. I'm addicted to these songs, man. If you haven't heard these 2 Nas songs, check out them 2 Nas songs, man. They are fucking, they're fire. They're fire. Yo, have y'all been hearing this or seeing this? A lot of accounts are being hacked on different social media sites, man. People are getting hacked on Facebook. People are getting hacked on Instagram. We had 2 accounts hacked on Instagram. That's why we had to bring the website back, www.sstreetmedia.info. But yeah, our Instagram was hacked. All of my friends' accounts are being hacked. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. If you see your friend account and it has this a Cash App scheme where you can make $10,000, they've been hacked. They've been hacked, and everybody has been getting hacked, man. It's crazy, man. I'm still trying to get back our S.STREET Media account. I'm still working on it. I'm not giving up. We're going to get our account back. If not, I'm going to try my best to do it. But from what I'm hearing, you got to keep your account private. Right now, don't have your account open, man. They are hacking accounts left and right. Left and right, man. Left and right, man. Fucked up my whole YouTube, fucked up my whole S.STREET Media account with our 2,300 semi followers. Imagine it would have been like 30K or something. I probably would have died. I probably would have died or something, man. Yo, my mom's, as I said in other episodes, my mom's is the silent executive producer, the invisible executive producer of Style by Poverty. She is the person who tells me what to do, what I'm not doing right, how I should fix it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Between us, I think my mom's just trying to blow up like Anthony Anderson's moms. Y'all know who Anthony Anderson's moms? Y'all know who Anthony Anderson? He's the comedian. He's also on that show Blackish. He got his moms and everything. And I'm thinking that my mom's is trying to get a second career or a third career. She's trying to blow up. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have a plan. I'm thinking about bringing my mom's up. Her dream was to be a journalist, a writer. So I think she wants to come up here. I think she wants her own show. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But I think she's trying to blow up, man. I think she's trying to blow up. She's trying to be the next Anthony Anderson's moms. You know what I mean? She's trying to get her foot in the door. Why not, man? 82, you could still dream. You could still make moves, man. Look at Betty White. Betty White still popping. She's like, what, 190 something? She's up there. She was old in Golden Girls. Facts. Now, to my 420 people, I don't really go into the 420 thing too much. Well, yes, I do. I always say I'm high and shit like that. But I mean, like, specifically. But I have a topic that I wanna bring to y'all, man. And I thought about this when I was probably in the shower or taking a dump or something. I don't know. I was somewhere. It just came into my head. But what's up with this? Everybody using crushes with bud. I'm not with that. I hate I hate people using these crushes, man. With crushes, it breaks up the weed too much. It becomes dusty. You lose weed in the back of the joint. If you use somebody else's crusher, they probably collecting everybody's bud in the back by allowing you to use their crusher. I'm an anti-crusher. I come from the times where you broke the weed up with your hands, man. I'm not with this crusher shit, man. A crusher shows laziness. We already lazy being weed heads. You are super lazy if you use a crusher. And even the cone. If you use a crusher and you use a cone, you just want to smoke. You don't want to go through none of the processes that comes with rolling a blunt. You just want to get the weed, throw it through these mechanisms, and smoke. I'm not with that, man. I'm anti-crusher, man. I'm anti-crushers, man. Let me know if you are a crusher or non-crusher, because I'm getting tired of people rolling up for me and they want to pull out a fucking crusher. What the fuck, man? Fuck a crusher, man. Fuck a crusher, man. I have another topic that I want to attack. It's important to me. This show is called Style by Poverty, and I don't talk about clothes too much. Today I talked about polo a little bit, but I don't talk too much about fashion. And let me say, I am in vogue. I'm a fashionista. Not a fashionista, because that's a female, I think. A is usually feminine. I'm a fashionista. You know? I know if a person look good in something, I know what look good and what look and doesn't look good, even with my open mind. I'm not closed-minded. You know? But I think I know what's whack and what isn't whack. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to give y'all my opinion. But I'm going to ask you, do y'all fuck with tie-dye? How y'all feeling about tie-dye right now? Tie-dye is everywhere right now. Tie-dye is everywhere right now. How y'all feel about tie-dye? Hit up the Style by Poverty YouTube page. Write in the comments. Let me know. Let me know how y'all feel about this tie-dye movement. I'm not feeling the tie-dye shit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Tie-dye looks cheap. Tie-dye looks broke. When I think of tie-dye, I'm thinking about hippies and shit like that. I don't like tie-dye, man. I stay away from tie-dye. I'm a designer myself. I design clothes and stuff like that. And everybody's like, yo, do tie-dye, do tie-dye. I'm like, fuck tie-dye. That shit look cheap. It looks like you homeless or something, or you broke. You know, it's some heavy metal shit, and I don't know. Everybody's following, you know, this rock star shit. You know, you gotta make your own path. You gotta make your own path. Everybody walking around here, looking like SpongeBob and his man Patrick in one with their clothes, man. I don't know what's going on, man. It looks whack to me, man. And I'm not talking about a young, old thing, but it looks broke. It looks like you don't care. It looks like you don't know what color you trying to push. It looks like you're confused. That's what tie-dye hits me as. You're confused. You're confused. So let me know how y'all feel about tie-dye. I think tie-dye is whack. Let me know how y'all feel about it. If y'all fuck with it, don't fuck with it. Let me know, man. Let me know. I've got to talk about this when I was talking about the YouTube shit too. Let me go back to the YouTube thing. I found the article, man, on YouTube. I found the video on YouTube. That kind of blew my mind. Because if y'all follow, I'm into skateboarding. And if y'all follow skateboarding, you'll know about this dude named Terry Kennedy. Terry Kennedy at one point in time was doing a whole lot of shit. You know, he's a famous black skateboarder. Pardon me. He's a famous black skateboarder. He had his own show. He was messing with stars and stuff like that. Crazy. He had a bright future. Bright future. Well, I came across a video that's saying that he's being charged with murder. He killed another skateboarder. What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? What the fuck is wrong with these people, man? It seems like the world is upside down. It seems like the people in these times get all these opportunities and they drop the ball all the time. Drop the ball all the time. I'm not going to judge the dude. I haven't read too much on it. I just saw that. But for him to be in that type of situation, I'm perplexed. Word. I'm perplexed. I don't know how you go from television to murder. You know what I mean? I guess it happens because Jimmy Fly Snooker also, you know, people big names, man. What's my man from the Little Rascals, and I forgot his name, the famous white actor from the Little Rascals. Beretta, the dude from Beretta. You know, dudes, man, a lot of these rich people, man, or people who have, you know, who you think have their life together. and wind up, being accused of murder. I don't know if he did it or not, but to even be accused is crazy. It's crazy. Speaking of some more YouTube videos, man, I bumped into this shit, man, a couple of days ago. This shit had me crying. Do y'all know what a porch pirate is? I never heard that term. I heard of porch monkey, but I never heard of a porch pirate. Let me explain to y'all what a porch pirate is. A porch pirate is a person who steals mail and packages from people porches. These people is crazy. It's so many videos of these people stealing shit from people's porches, man. Everybody got a camera these days. So I don't know if they think that they're gonna get away with it. You could see their car licenses. The people be watching them, waiting for them to do it, pulling out hammers. It's crazy. Porch pirates. What the fuck is these people doing, man? Nobody wanna get it. Nobody wanna get money. Like, I'm not gonna say the earnest way, but stealing mail, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might have known a person who I'm cool with who might have stole some mail. It ain't the worst thing you could do, but it's fucked up, man. It's low on a crime totem pole. If crime had a totem pole, murder, rape is on the top. Stealing mail is like damn near jaywalking. You know what I mean? But there's porch pirates videos. In New York City, I don't think we would call them porch pirates. We'll call them hallway pirates. You know what I mean? Condo pirates, I don't know. Hallway, mezzanine pirates, I don't know. We have porches in New York. A lot of houses in New York, but there's more urbanish areas in New York. So, where there isn't houses, I guess people snatch them from the hallway and shit like that. Back in the day, people used to snatch credit cards when they come in for people from the hallway. But yeah, porch pirates, man. Check out them porch pirates videos, man. Them shit is crazy. They funny too. Some of them is funny as hell, But some other shit I bumped into on YouTube, man. I know I'm talking about a lot of YouTube shit. I be trying to do research for the show. My audience is diverse. I have young people that watch the show. I have older people that watch the show. So I'm trying to keep you in tune with different things that's happening, man. Not the shit the commercialized shit that's happening, but things I find interesting. Another YouTube thing that I bumped into or YouTube video that I bumped into or videos that I bumped into was this guy named C-Mac. Do y'all know who C-Mac is? C-Mac is crazy. C-Mac is a Crip from 55th Street. Crip. You know what I mean? He says that all the time. That's like one of his catchphrases. You know what I mean? And he's just a character. And this dude is everywhere, man. And it's crazy how the internet or YouTube sensationalize these types of people. No disrespect to C-Mac, man, but I know a lot of people with talent, like real talent, that should be highlighted, and they don't get highlighted, but they highlight a person like C-Mac. I want to interview C-Mac, but they highlight the people like C-Mac. I see C-Mac everywhere. Everybody's interviewing him. And his story is kind of ill because social media and YouTube is blowing him up, and he's getting into beefs and stuff like that because of this fame that he's brought upon himself. His tooth was knocked out in prison. He got beef with rappers. People don't like him. But check out the dude C-Mac, man. To me, he could have his own show. He can have his own show. He's definitely he's from California. He's representing 55th Street Crips. you know? And he got tattooed on his forehead. He got what it says, Hoover Killer, which is crazy. I know he has drama. Let me say, kids, if you're gonna gangbang, I advise you don't put the enemy's name on your head disrespectfully. You can't wash that off. You can't hide that. He gotta wear a do-rag every day for the rest of his life to get past that. Even when he might grow out of that phase. If he grew out that phase, he gotta wear a do-rag every day or a Scully because he has Hoover Killer on his forehead. But check out C-Mac on YouTube, man. I also bumped into this. You know, I like to talk about the crime shit. The Terry Kennedy shit. Other crime, 1090 Jake. Make sure you check out 1090 Jake, end of sentence. But I like crime shit. I like crime stories, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm infatuated with crime. Just from a analytical point of view. I just was watching Drillers of Philly. Check them out, man. I just watched the joint on Little Bucks. Man, these young boys killing each other. 16-year-old serial killers, man. But I bumped into this video. I had heard people talking about it, but I bumped into it physically myself a couple of days ago. Did y'all hear about or did y'all see the Jamaican ex-drug dealer that was killed by a hitman dressed in Hasidic garb? Let me repeat that again. Did y'all see the Jamaican ex-drug dealer that was killed by a hitman dressed in Hasidic Jewish garb? Yes, on video. On video. This shit is crazy, man. It's happening in Queens, New York, mind you. I'm gonna say this, man. A lot of wild shit is happening these days, blatantly, like, and dudes is getting away with a lot of shit, man. When I saw that video, I thought it was from the 80s. I thought it was from the 80s or the 90s. This shit was from a couple of weeks ago. Drug dealer just came home from prison from doing like 20 joints. His brother also is in prison, life sentence. Rumor is that he might have been telling on the organization that he was a part of, or when they killed him, he had $10,000 in his pocket also. So, or the victim that him and his brother went to prison for was killing someone. It could be a retaliation type of thing. But just came home from 20 years, somehow got his released early, and got murked coming out of a hotel or motel in Queens. Crazy, man. Crazy. Let me say this. There's still a lot of gangsters out there. A lot of gangsters. I'm not talking about dudes who shoot people to be recognized and to go to prison for the rest of their life. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about gangsters. To me, is the person who does gangster shit to get away with it. He's not looking for the notoriety. The notoriety. He's looking to get away. He's trying to get the money and run. That's who I respect. That's the true gangsters of my time. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I also bumped into recently, man. I like to review. I don't watch TV. I do watch TV, but I don't watch what's programmed right now. I watch what I want to watch. I usually watch things from an analytical point of view. One of the things I watched recently, which fucking scared the shit out of me, was Creep Show. Goddamn. They got a new Creep Show on Amazon Prime. I'm not gonna lie to you. I watched the Gray Matter one and I watched The Haunted House. I don't know, it's about a doll house. But boy, oh boy, I had flashbacks of The Fly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, The Fly is one of my scariest movies that I ever witnessed with my own eyes in the movie theater as a kid. Creepshow, the gray matter one, was definitely up there in that category. I didn't know they made a new Creepshow. Creepshow when I was young, I still love horror. But Creepshow was one of my favorite shows when I was young. So them doing it again, from the 2 episodes I seen, they're doing it well. Also, man, I finally finished my book, Necroscope 5, Dead Spawn. Again, I finished my book, Necroscope 5, Dead Spawn. Necroscope is a book written by Brian Lumley. It is, as I said in an early episode, it is a X-Men on steroids type thing, mixed in with a little bit of vampirism. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm going to say this, man. All the books of the series that I've read so far, all 5 of the original series, fire. But the 5th one, though, Dead Spawn, oh man, dope ass book, man. Yo, the way Brian Lumley tied the story together, because it's the end of this storyline of the book. The storyline that he did for 5 books is finally over. There's the new book, Blood Brothers. It's a totally new chapter. But yo, the way he tied the books up, the way he finalized it, his conclusion, one of the best conclusions I've read in a series, man. He is a dope writer. Pardon me, Marty, for bumping into you, man. That's how hype I am over this fucking book. I'm starting a new book now. I just started reading pages yesterday. It's starting off good so far. But shout out to Brian Lumley, man. He is a great writer, man. He's a great writer, man. He's a great writer. This past weekend, I had an event. It was called A Night on Graham Avenue. Shout out to everyone who pulled up. I'm not gonna lie to you. The majority of the performers didn't show up, so it kind of hurt me. But you know, things happen. But our numbers wasn't looking too good this past weekend. So I started making calls to some of my Williamsburg people because the event is on Graham Avenue, which is 3 blocks from Williamsburg. So I called a lot of my Williamsburg people. Thank you. Shout out to everyone who pulled up, man. No lie to you, no exaggeration. Like 30, 40 Williamsburg people pulled up from young to old, man. Shout out to everyone who pulled up. My young boys pulled up. Ray Lowe, Bugs, man. A lot of my peoples pulled up. Thank y'all. Shout out to y'all, man. Let me say this, man. As an entrepreneur, a serial entrepreneur, it's hard doing what I do. It's hard to get people to support you. It's hard to make the idea work. It's hard. Every day I'm by myself most of the times, and I'm thinking, how can I make this shit happen? And it's not an easy task. So when I made these phone calls on Saturday night and, all these people pulled up, it felt good. It felt good. Excuse me. It felt good. So shout out to all my Williamsburg peoples that pulled up and chilled with the guard at the Night on Graham Avenue event. I'm coming to an end, so I want to read to y'all today's mathematics. And, I also want to read a degree in mathematics today. You know, I don't do that. I just usually say the mathematics and then move on. But today, I wanted to do a degree. The reason why I wanted to do a degree is, first of all, I want to introduce y'all to 120. 120 is a book of lessons, 120 degrees. The majority of it comes from the NOI, the Nation of Islam, but the supreme mathematics and supreme alphabets comes from the father, Clarence 13X. So it's almost like a book of questions. It's not like, it's a book of mostly questions and answers, dealing with different historical events, dealing with different social structures and social ideas. It's also deals with spirituality. It also deals with straight science, you know, actual and solar facts. It's a combination of so many things, and it has changed my life. Me personally, this is kind of like my foundation. It's not like, it is my foundation. So I wanted to read a degree to y'all first. I'm going to go into today's mathematics, but I wanted to read a degree to y'all. I wanted to read a degree for y'all before I do the mathematics. Why? This is the 6th degree in the 1 to 14. Why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? I'm going to say that one more time. Why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? Answer: so that he can use them for a tool and also a slave. He keeps them blind to themselves so that he can master them. Illiterate means ignorant. I want to give, you know, an explanation to that through my perception of the degree. So that, why does the devil teach and keep our people illiterate? Why does those people, you know, the eye in the sky people, teach and keep our people illiterate? Why do they want us to be in a dumb stage? Why do they want us not to know? So that they can control us. So that they can move us the way they want to move us. If you really knew who you were, they wouldn't be in control. If you knew that you was a king or queen, you wouldn't move any other way. So they keep the eye in the sky, keeps the people blind to themselves so they can never become strong and overthrow them. So how do they keep them illiterate? How do they keep them ignorant? They keep feeding them ignorant shit. How do they, not just food though, because everybody's probably thinking just food. How they feed us, because food is also knowledge. So through the television, through the radio, through magazines, through social media, through governmental agencies, this is how they keep us ignorant. If you studied yourself and where you come from and the circumstances behind that, and I'm not talking about just you yourself, but you as your lineage. I know I said that kind of fucked up. I be talking like RZA sometimes. No disrespect. You know, I got a speech impediment. But you gotta study past yourself. And when you study past yourself, you see the circumstances. You see why you exist, why you are here, and you will see that your purpose is much greater than the things that we're doing. So this degree is important, and I learned this at a young age, but this degree is important, especially for these days, because our people are right now blind to their power. They don't understand their power. You know? So let's go into today's mathematics. Today's mathematics is knowledge, wisdom, all being born to understanding. I believe I said this degree already in another episode, but I'm going to reiterate it. Knowledge is the foundation. Knowledge is to acknowledge. Knowledge is the process. You processing things through eyes, ears, mouth, feel, touch, taste, whatever. This is how you are processing the world around you. Right? Wisdom is the act of everything that you learned and put into an action. So you did the knowledge, you processed it. Now you put it into motion. You put it into a vehicle. You are moving. Your words and actions are a reflection of what you know, of what you learned. Pardon me, something flew in my eye when I was riding my bike over here, and that shit has been in my eye for like 2 hours. I can't get that shit out. But wisdom is you putting knowledge to use. Understanding is you taking the process, acting on that knowledge, on that process, and you coming up with an understanding. You coming out with a breakdown of what you learned and what you did. And hopefully you are taking the best part from that. And when you take the best part, that is the jewel. Because the best part is not taking the mistakes, not taking the pitfalls, not taking the obstacles that you went through knowledge in it and through living it out. Now you take the best part of that and move on to your next degrees. It's a very important part of life. Very important part of life. The understanding, as I said, discernment. A lot of people don't understand. You know what that's another way of saying? A lot of people don't truly love, because love is the highest form of understanding. People say they love you, but they don't truly love you because they don't truly understand you. Only a person who understands you can have the ability to love you, because that's the highest form of understanding. My name is Mathematics, man. Thank you all for watching Style by Poverty, man. Again, make sure you check us out on our YouTube channel at S.STREET Media. Make sure you check out the website www.sstreetmedia.com. Make sure you check out all my business partners' Instagram pages: Get Fed Records, the 1718 Collective, Made for Kings, COD Music, Umbrella Studios, Style by Poverty on Instagram also. Make sure you check everyone out, man. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me tonight, man. You know, sometimes my mind is in different places, but hopefully you're able to keep up with me. Hopefully you can ride the ride with me. You know, I'm definitely going to take you from knowledge to born back to knowledge, man. I'm going to take you from A to Z, and I'm going to do it the way I like to do it, man. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. My name is Anthony GMATH Womble, and you are now listening to Style by Poverty, the Oddcast, aka My Diary. This episode is called Snow Beach, and we're out of here. Peace.